Travis Wayne Goodsell. It's Utah news time. Mormons are really pissing me off. There's tragedy in the news today. So we'll start with abominations in the news today. We'll start with Fox 13 News Utah. The Heber City Temple, dedicated to the first polygamist in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Before he even joined, he was a polygamist. He didn't bother to tell anybody. Kept it a sacred secret. Heber C. Kimball, 1829. That's when he had a child with another woman. The temple is under attack by domestic terrorists concerning light pollution. Oh dear God. Prima donnas. Of all the things to argue about the church, you're arguing over light pollution? Why not talk about the extortion of tithing? God. And a driver was found dead after a dump truck plowed into a Pineview reservoir. So, Mormon killed by Mormon. And then Governor DeSantis, they're still covering him being in Utah, trying to raise competition for Trump, I guess. Which is weird because John Huntsman Jr. is trying to help Trump win this next election. If we have it, if we survive this year. Stupid. And so yeah, we're back into record-setting temperatures for the year, bicentennial year that shall burn as an oven. And everybody went to the park, to the state parks, instead of watching my videos. And then a Utah boy has got a special church service mission to go to every single Major League Baseball stadium and throw the first pitch. When I was a kid in Southern California, we would go to the, it was mostly the Angels that had LDS Day or whatever crap it was, which was an excuse for my dad to take me to the ball game. I guess the stake or the region was able to pay to, it's a thing they do down there. And it was in the news this year about wanting to have an LGBTQ day, and then white supremacists threw a hissy fit and then got their neo-Nazi day. Dear God. But, yeah. And then a Mormon woman down in St. George is homeless. I guess they don't have shelters down there in St. George. Church hasn't built a human trafficking center down there where they launder the money. None of the money goes to the poor and the homeless. None of it. We don't see any of it. It goes to the corporation that runs the shelter. It's under the trickle-down economics theory. And Utah's growing. Doesn't mean anything. We're all gonna die. Liberty Park. Killer algae. I was wondering about that. That was a typing error, wasn't it? Yesterday or the last time I did a news thing. Would have been back on Friday, I guess, wouldn't it? They spelled algal, something like that. Uniting Communities Powwow at Liberty Park, which is shut down. What? So now we see the real story that Fox 13 News Utah didn't cover. There was a powwow held in the park, and the police said, no, we're shutting this down. Oh, look, I think there's algae in the pond. Let's shut it all down. Kick these people out. Oh, dear God. And another deadly truck accident, Mormon on Mormon. And moving scams. We had a couple in this apartment complex move out on Friday, I think it was. I touched on it in the video. It may have been over a minute into the video, so you may have missed it. Such disrespect. Dear God. And so, 2 more house fires. So more people homeless. Another deadly crash in Tremonton. We're on ABC4 News Utah now. And a Mormon woman murdered her boyfriend. Of course, the news has to say allegedly. She's already in jail to be tortured until she confesses to the crimes, and then she gets a sentence for having pled guilty. Her life is now ruined, regardless of whether she was self-defense or not. The police don't care. Lakes are seeing large visitation in July. That's great. Doctors are killing their patients by misdiagnosing them. Yeah, no duh. That's one of the horrors I saw. They don't care to do their jobs anymore. They want to be psychoanalysts now. Tell me how you feel. Bleep you. I got blood gushing out of my body. Fix it. Well, I think we need to talk about your feelings on this matter. And a celebratory mass? What's that? That's not Mormon. And there's the dump truck driver murdered a Mormon. Battling high temperatures. Patricia Holland's funeral services announced. They're the only ones talking about her. Fox 13 News Utah will not touch her. And then, oh man, another Mormon suicide. Utah DHHS investigating Daniel's Academy. Great. So it was probably a murder. And the church paid for a report to show that families positively impact the economy. The more children, the better, they say. Oh, dear God. again, psychologist. A Mormon from Ohio dies doing cliff jumping at Lake Powell. Yeah, the church gave water back, but it's gone now. Don't do cliff jumping anymore. That's not very wise. And another Mormon fell 100 feet climbing above Lake Blanche, or is it Lake Blanchy here in Utah? I know they pronounce things weird. It's supposed to be Thule. Tooele? What's that? A Mormon dislocates his own thumb, escapes handcuffs. Yeah, real American hero. Bleep the... Should I do that song in the description below so that you know what I'm talking about? It's got Ice Cube in it. Yep. And so instead of helping refugee children, with food, clothing, shelter, instead, Pickup USA has a basketball camp for them. And parade float preview. The Rocky Fire in Thule is still, I guess it's been contained. And Utah politicians are rushing to endorse DeSantis. Yeah, because he's banning books like Utah did. He's our kind of guy. Wink, wink. New wildfire in Brook Cliffs. Yep. The day that comes shall burn the Mormons. Joseph Smith added that. Nobody's even bothering to listening anymore. They're just laughing too hard that they fell over and died, right? It's like watching porn. You die instantly. Right, Elder Holland? What are you going to do now that your wife is gone? Usually, well, no, that's not the case. No, that's not the case. My dad's still alive. It's usually a romantic story where the spouse dies soon after the other spouse died, because they can't bear to live without each other. But apparently, there's no love anymore in Utah families. And so when a spouse dies, the other one lives on for another 30 years. Even Christofferson, the photo that was on the church's website for the church news, he couldn't even sit next to her. He couldn't hold her hand. There was no affection whatsoever. This is the evils of abstinence only. God, because you take it into the marriage, and it ruins the marriage. And so you stay married because, well, divorce is a sin. I have to stay in the marriage. And rock camp. Snoopy at Thanksgiving Point, or in Porter Rockwell's brothel. Dear God, they are pushing for DeSantis. Oh my hell. We're never going to have the election. Utah will be destroyed. We're all going to burn in hell. Mormons will fail to fulfill prophecy by fulfilling prophecy. It's weird, but the Book of Mormon tells us the different scenarios that would happen. And as well as Joseph Smith, the earth will be utterly wasted at his coming if Mormons don't hearken to him. And you're looking for Jesus, aren't you? Because Jesus will fix everything and you don't have to do anything. You can just sit there and go, I knew I was right. I knew my faith without works was good. And another water main is broken. More on DeSantis. Here we have an Ogden Mormon was trading guns for drugs. Well, drugs kill. Good job, guys. You repeated that one. And so we're violating the Constitution by doing business deals with foreign governments. Only Congress can make deals with foreign governments. If you do deals with a foreign government, you have to be a part of a foreign agent thing. And, you guys watch Fox News. You're well of your Trump's buddies who he pardoned for this kind of violation. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? And so, yeah, Utah is infamous for their violation of federal law. And then we have the markets selling bats. Utah was in denial, so they're bringing it to Utah. And that wasn't the cause. Our intelligence agencies came out and said it was most likely a lab leak, but China won't let us investigate. And even the Young Turks, they did a video back on Friday, I think I saw it, which could have been from their Thursday night episode, in which Anna was reporting about the report that in 2013 there was an outbreak that had a DNA marker similar, well, I don't know if it's DNA, but it had the anatomical marker similar to COVID-19. And that virus was taken to that lab. And so, yes, it had been modified in that lab. These are the things that YouTube thought they were the authority on. And Fox News was actually the truth-telling on that one and only one news story. The boy who cried wolf finally told the truth, and nobody believed him. And so, yeah, we have government drones for the parade, the celebrations. They're not as fun. You gotta have the bombs bursting in air. That's what they're all for. That's what they originate from. You do know that's our national anthem. Isn't it? No, it's not our national anthem. It's one of the patriotic songs. Star Spangled Banner. It is. No, it's a collection of 8 patriarchal photos. No. It is our national anthem. Star Spangled Banner. Yep. So we're all about, and Utah doesn't want to participate in the national. How many of your churches did the 4th of July church with the National Star Spangled Banner anthem? Missionary died. Oh, in a car accident. The church news didn't say that. They made it seem like she just died of old age. Car accident. Yeah, she would have been the driver too, unless she had previous driving tickets on her record. That's why I wasn't allowed to drive on my 19-year-old mission. I didn't find out until I was almost going home when I learned of that policy. Oh dear God. Firefighters are hindered from putting out a Price house fire because of onlookers getting in the way. God. I used to be a firefighter up in Alberta, Canada, when they had a fire department. It's gone now. Losing the university just utterly destroyed southern Alberta. And all they were doing was rebuilding it, but the damage was done. And so, yeah, I had many instances of people who just didn't care that they were interfering. I'm watching NCIS. They threaten people to not tamper with an investigation. Don't do it. Mormons are doing it. Letting the house burn. Well, what kind of neighbors are those? I mean, they're the firefighters who are trying to save the person's home and property, and you're witnessing as your neighbors are preventing the firefighters from protecting your home and property. Mormons. And sheriff's office auctioned off 2 potbelly pigs, Wilbur, and bull jumper injured. I did the. Where was? Where was Rodeo Clown Jesus? To stop the bull. That was on my that was my thumbnail picture last week. Oh my God. And so you have the Fringe Festival, which, yeah, they're doing that because it's Utah. The Fringe. Ooh. Are we allowed to go to this? Should we ask President Nelson if we're allowed? Mountain Dew? Oh, that's against the word of wisdom. Oh, this is risky. I could lose my temple recommend. And then a Mormon crashes into another Mormon at 54th and 43rd. And then for the parade day, a woman assaults her child. I mean, allegedly. You know everybody had their cell phones out and were recording it. And, dear God, another Mormon dead by a grizzly bear attack. With Ziva. She's now on the show. I'm in season 3. That's why I did the ooh la la in the theme song in the description below. Put NCIS season 3, episode 6. They went to a place that stuffed bears. And Tony was getting his photo taken with a bear, trying to say you're not as likely to be killed by a bear. And here, a Mormon is killed by a bear. And Mountain Green Fire Protection responded to 3 calls. Oh, I wonder if it is. His name is Gibbs. Interestingly, Michael Gibbs. He's one of those bagpipes. He's a bagpipe player. He might be in that. I haven't seen him for decades. I saw him in the news way back in the day, but yeah, he was my manager at Blockbuster Video until we were making the business a profit, and Blockbuster was purposely trying to tank our store, the one out on 60th West. And so they found a poor excuse to fire him, and then they came after me because they realized I was also a part of making the store profitable. Yeah, they got me for, well, they tried to get me for the judge, because yeah, I took it to a judge and it was on a phone, and I was like, weird, what is this? This is not happening. It's some little girl on the other end who's claiming to be the judge. And they're trying to claim that I was bringing into Blockbuster. We can only bring in what Blockbuster allows to be sold or rented. Pornography into Blockbuster. And I'm like, what the bleep? This is a Blockbuster video. It's got a barcode thing in our computer system. What the hell are you talking about? It's just unbelievable. And so, yeah, she dismissed that part, but allowed that their firing of me was legitimate. You just said it wasn't. What are you doing? And so then my dad threatened my life if I didn't go to the University of Utah. So, Mitt Romney is asking donors not to fund Trump's plural marriages. Only marriage in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is acceptable as plural marriages. Getting back at Trump for declaring war on the church for their sex trafficking. A Mormon woman had her car stolen with her dog. They stole her dog. And I told you, we had gang people looking in our apartment yesterday. Yeah, yesterday morning. I covered it in the video I did yesterday. Looking to steal cars or to do a snatch and grab. And so I guess they got her instead. And Utah Pride Center gets paid. See the bad example of the church? Utah Pride Center doesn't stop suicide. The people who are committing suicide need help. Give the money to them, not some corporation. There's the ducks again. We're bringing up the ducks again. Ducks are dead because of toxins in the water. And then the FanX co-founder is guilty because he threatened to bomb the church. What did you expect? He's an outsider making a phone call in which he threatens to bomb buildings, and he's in court in Utah with a jury of not his peers who want to hang him. And Pie and Beer Day returns. You can tell they're not Mormon. Oh, wait. I know her. I saw her at church. In that same dress that you can see a lot of her flesh. It's black, though. I've gone over this with you with the Weather Girls, which I'm not seeing any Weather Girls tonight. What's up with that? You can't wear black on TV. Makes you two-dimensional. Yeah, that's it. Japanese Sister City. NCIS. Siva makes a sister, or no, it's Jen. Jen makes a Sister City comment. Sister agency. Oh, God, Mormons. Just stop.